Cousin Beau, Roger Moore.
Yes.
You were older then.
I was sexy then.
Yeah.
I had blossomed, as they say.
Our guest today, Sherry Jackson, loves horses, and she worked with one of the greatest horsemen stuntmen ever, our hero, Jock Mahoney. You worked with him on 2 Range Riders.
I adored him.
Yes. Why?
I can't tell. I was too young to have those thoughts. He was so gorgeous. His body was so beautiful.
How old were you again?
Way too young to be thinking these things. But I had to be younger than 10. And he was just this specimen of litheness and agility and charm and sweet and kind. And I thought, oh my God, this is the man I want to marry. And then my mother was a widow. And so I kept going saying, Mom, this is the one. You've got to marry this one. This is it. They don't get any better.
I think all little girls were telling that to their widowed mothers.
Then later on, I found out one of his attractions is they think he's has part Black Irish, which all those stars that you love, Colin Firth, Sean Connery, it goes on, have Black Irish in them. And they come from the south of England, and they're the ones with the blue eyes and the dark hair, and they're gorgeous.
Well, I see you haven't gotten over Jocko yet.
No, I haven't, but he definitely had the signs of having Black Irish in him.
When you were on the set on those, produced by Gene Autry, Flying A Productions, did you observe any of the choreography for the stunts? He was so wonderful in executing those.
He was amazing. He was just amazing, and he did not have a double.
No.
He always did his own stunts. I watched it on YouTube like a couple of nights ago, and I went, wow, I can't believe he just did all these flying leaps and through doors and he was better than a stuntman.
He had started as a stuntman, but like you noticed, he was quite good looking, so they said, let's put him in front of the camera.
Good thinking.
Yes. Dickie Jones was the sidekick that series too.
He was a sweetheart, but he was too short for me.
Well, he did his own stunts too. He was quite
Yes, he
adept
did.
at
He
that.
was very good. Did his own stunts. He was very talented, good actor. But I was in love with Jocko. I'm sorry.
You worked many of the early classic TV shows. I know you did Gene Autry.
Pat Buttram was wonderful.
Yeah, Pat was funny. And Gene Autry, what do you remember about?
Gene Autry, I got to tell you this one thing about what I did on his thing. I went up to Apple Valley, and I had to do 2 shows at the same time.
That's the way they used to do them back
Not
then.
back to back, but hello, how are you? Change your clothes, take your glasses off, and then it's the next scene. So you do one scene, you do another scene from the second show, another scene from the first show, another scene.
For a child, that must be really difficult.
Oh my God, learning your lines and saying, okay, now I'm the rich little girl, and now I'm the poor little girl. I had a crutch in it. I looked sad and pathetic, and I had a poor little dress on. And in the other one, the other character, I was this fabulously rich little girl with the curls and everything. And it was pretty funny because changing, I would say, we're out of this isn't continuity, or this doesn't match. My hair is supposed to be like so, and then my hair isn't. So I was always catching all the things that didn't match the other character.
They used to do 2 a week, 2 episodes a week in 6 days, and 1 location, like you're saying, with different parts. So Denver Pyle, I think, was in those episodes with you and playing a different part in each one as well. When you would do these things, when they'd fly you to Apple Valley, would they bring a teacher?
Of course they had to.
And how many hours a day would you have to study?
I think at that time, well, they had limits to your age. I think it was maybe 8 hours was the maximum, or 7 or 8, because I was up to, after age 6, you could work longer. So the minute I turned 7, I got more parts. I want to tell you one thing about Pat Buttram. It's a very cute scene where we're shooting guns. And he sets up all these bottles that we're going to shoot. And I happen to have been a good shot, but I was really a good shot in the show because they would show me aiming for the article, the bottle or whatever, and then I would shoot, and then they'd have an insert of the bottle exploding. So I was going bang, 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 bang. I wasn't able to do that for a long time. It took me years to be able to be that good. Anyway, so that was very cute when he's like saying, oh my God, she's doing all this and I can't even hit one, or whatever it was.
He was a brilliant comedian, Pat
He was brilliant, and he was a very sweet man.
Sherry Jackson's father was Montgomery Pittman.
Right.
One of the great writers. He wrote a terrific Maverick episode called Waco Williams that introduced Wade Preston as a character, and a very, very funny episode. And he wrote one that you were in with Cousin Bo, Roger Moore.
Yes.
You were older then, too, so you were playing like
sexy.
hot potatoes then.
I was sexy then.
Yeah. So
I had blossomed, as they say.
what was the Maverick set like at that time? Because it was toward the end of the era for that series.
Yes.
Roger Moore had come in to be a replacement for James Garner, even though nobody could really replace James Garner.
Never.
So
he was brilliant.
So your dad is a writer then. He wrote a lot of great westerns. He wrote Twilight Zone. He directed episodes too, yes. He must have been a help in getting you in front of people.
Well, what was so great about that relationship is he married my mother when I was 10, and I had a full-blown job that I worked all the time called The Danny Thomas Show. So
let's hear it for Make Room for Danny, The Danny Thomas Show.
That was quite a bit of work, and a different style of work. I like one single camera shows rather than 3 camera shows. And Danny Thomas was 3 cameras.
Did it have an audience?
And an audience of 300 people. So you're doing a live play every week, and God forbid you should blow your lines. That was really a no-no. Because he'd shout over the microphone so the studio could hear all the people. You screwed up. And it was very embarrassing.
Sheldon directed a lot of those, didn't he?
Yes.
He was a funny man.
Well, maybe you think so.
Well, so what was Danny Thomas like then, too?
Oh, God. What he did do on the set, which is disgusting, he had a red fireman's bucket that was red with white stenciling that said Danny's Butts. And he would chew the cigar, and he'd spit and see how far he could spit to me, like playing basketball. So he would spit to make the pot, and he would miss half the time. So it would dribble down the side, and oh, it was disgusting. I felt so sorry for them to have to clean that up, because it would be 2 inches of gunk. That was really awful. And then if you had a kissing scene with him, oh my God.
Luckily, you were only his daughter.
Yeah, Gene Hagen would go, oh my God, I have to go kiss him. I said, better you than me.
And to protect the father, we were only trying to behave in a manner that would reflect credit on the Williams name.
I don't want to hear any more of this highfalutin talk either.
My most humble apology.
One more Western, and your dad wrote an episode that you were in of Riverboat.
Yes.
where you played Buddy Ebsen's daughter.
Yes.
And he was, there was a feud going on.
Yes.
With another hillbilly family.
Right.
And this is before he did Beverly Hillbillies, but he was such a wonderful guy.
Wonderful guy.
What was the set like? Because I know that Burt Reynolds had already been fired because his lifts were higher than Darren McGavin's. And so they
Darren
didn't get
McGavin
along.
was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
But the thing that I remember about Riverboat the most is when I almost died. That's not in the movie.
I don't know this story.
No, you don't.
What is it?
They have this big thing where there's a river for the riverboat, and it's all done like with tractor treads underneath the boat. And they would have a megaphone, and they'd say, okay, start it, and at the other end they'd start it up, and then the boat would come along. And then they'd say, okay, stop it. Well, the stopping part took forever to stop it. So they have me on the boat, jumping off the boat, swimming to shore. Well, swimming to shore, when you get there, it's just cement with moss on it, so it's really slippery. But I never hardly made it to that part, because when I hit the water, it was like I had a 50-pound weight on me, because I was wearing period clothes, a wool skirt, and I hit the water and I just sunk. And I came back up and I said, I can't swim. I could swim great. I couldn't swim with 50 pounds of weight on me. And so I started to swim as best I could. I wasn't making any headway. And they realized that I was going to get hit by the boat because I wasn't getting away from it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to run over me. I was waiting for them to yell to stop it. Well, I knew it took forever to stop it. So finally, I'm just at the, they stopped the boat and I'm just ready to drown. So then I was able to go ahead and swim to the slippery thing and get out. And
It's shocking that they wouldn't have used a stunt woman for you.
well, one thing, I love to do my own stunts. Most of the things you'll ever see me in, horseback riding, diving, swimming, anything athletic is me doing it. But what I would do is I would say, yes, I need a stunt double. Have a stunt double on the set. If it was something that I did feel afraid of, the stunt double would do. If it was something I was going to get all dirty, I would have the stunt woman do. Like in Charlie's Angels, I had to dive into a whole thing of leaves to get away from the bad guy, and or the good guy. I don't remember if I was bad or good in that one. And you come out with leaves and you're filthy and everything. I went, no, let the stunt lady do that one. I don't know my makeup and hair.
Well, Sherry, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to your book.
Yes.
Yes. Good luck with that. And
thank you.
Thank you for sharing your memories with us today. My name is Rob Ward, and we love bringing these programs to you. We've got a lot more scheduled coming up. We post a new one every single week, and we want you to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.